I just look at that opportunity, that team, and say, look, this is what I can bring to the team. This is where I can help, and it will only work if all parties see it the same way.
Yes, Carmelo Anthony is back. It's been over a year since we saw him play in the NBA. He's been a 10-time All-Star, an MVP candidate, a scoring champion. Now this is a new chapter in his NBA career. It's a chance to show that he still has some high-level basketball left in him. The Trailblazers desperately need help and turned to one Carmelo Anthony. The question is, how can he help them? What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. The Trailblazers are now 5-9 after making the Western Conference Finals last year, and the worst part is that Damian Lillard has played pretty well and CJ McCollum has played at a slightly lower but a similar level to last year. Dame dropped 60 and the Blazers still lost. Dame and CJ have said that things can't go much worse. So in comes 35-year-old Carmelo Anthony, who has signed a non-guaranteed contract. I want to see how he fits with the Trailblazers, so let's break this down. Drop a like for the amount of mid-ranges Melo has taken in his career, 6,777. And to the 77% that watch my videos that still aren't subscribed, I feel like the content has been getting better. I'm releasing content on your favorite players, and now Melo is back in the league. So could you please subscribe? Let's take a quick look back at what Carmelo did before he got kicked out of the NBA. Melo has always averaged 20 plus points except for his season on the Thunder and in Houston, and in the 2013-2014 season, he shot 45% from the field and 40% from 3, shooting 21.3 shots a game and 5.4 threes a game, averaging 28.7 points a game. Carmelo could shoot, but that doesn't matter as much compared to his most recent performances. Those 10 games on the Rockets in the 2018-19 season were just bad for everyone on the Rockets. Melo averaged 13.4 points on 41% from the field and 33% from 3, but it was inconsistent. Not being great in 10 games isn't the best way to analyze what Melo was. I've said this before, but look at Eric Gordon in his first 10 games last season, and he averaged 14.8 points on 32% from the field and 24% from 3. So instead of judging Melo on his scoring stats, let's take a look at what he did on the court, because he changed himself. Melo decided to take more threes than twos. He shot a career high 6.4 threes a game despite taking a career low 12.1 shots a game. Yes, the mid-range abuser shot a career low 5.7 twos a game, which also includes layups. I mean, look at those jab steps. That wasn't there on his year on the Rockets like that. That shows commitment to adjusting. Also, over 50% of Carmelo's shots came with 0 dribbles. So yeah, Carmelo might have been inefficient, but he was still doing all the right things. Even though his stats didn't look great, there were still those nights where Carmelo had outbursts that led to wins, like when he scored 28 points against the Nets with Harden out. Even with Harden playing, Carmelo was capable of having nights of dropping 22 and 24 points. Now, the reason why I mentioned James Harden specifically is because he is the most ISO-heavy player in the league. If Melo was able to play with Harden, then Melo should be able to handle having the ball less in his hands and play with almost anyone else who is also ISO heavy. And yeah, he's not the same ball hog as he was before. The Trailblazers aren't looking for a whole lot from Carmelo. Now, he might not be amazing immediately. Keep in mind that Carmelo is getting added to a team that he has never played with, without a training camp 14 games into the season, and he hasn't played in the NBA for 1 year. So to expect Melo to be perfect right out of the gate is unrealistic. When they signed Melo, they said that he is being brought in for a very specific role. The Blazers need spacing. That much is obvious, but they need that floor spacer to also do one very specific action. The Blazers offense last year was ranked 3rd in the league. This year, the Blazers are ranked 13th. They're only giving up one more point compared to last year, but have also fallen from 13th to 21st in defense. They lost Myers Leonard to injury, which meant that they're without a big man to space the floor. Now, they have added Hassan Whiteside, who can't shoot and at times play, period. Their other big man in Zach Collins also got injured, which left the Trailblazers without rebounding or shooting at that power forward spot. I mean, just look at the spacing. All the Rockets defenders can be in the paint, and that's okay because the Blazers don't have even above average 3-point shooters. This is the lineup that the Trailblazers ran last night against the Rockets.
Help me!
There's no true power forward besides Scal, or even real small forward power forward combo besides Anthony Tolliver, who played 4 minutes. Most of these forwards are small forward shooting guard combos like Rodney Hood, Bazemore, and Mario. Scal isn't a shooter at all. Nasir Little is forced to play power forward in his rookie season without a consistent shot, shooting 18% from 3. Carmelo Anthony would be better than a lot of the shooters they have, even if he shoots 34 to 36% from 3. Tolliver seems like a solid choice to space the floor as a career 37.4% from 3, but he doesn't satisfy the second requirement the Blazers need, and that is the ability to put the ball on the floor. The Trailblazers like to run natural small forwards as power forwards. Maurice Harkless and Aminu would spend time at the 4 last season, and this season Nasir Little has put in minutes at the power forward spot. In fact, the Blazers like to run small ball lineups. They ran a 4-guard lineup down the stretch against the Nets. Why? So they could have shooting when the defenses trap Damian Lillard. The Trailblazers revolve around Dame and CJ, more on Dame, but they're always looking for that third scorer. In the playoffs last year, Rodney fulfilled that role for a bit, which led to an important win against the Nuggets when the defense did everything to stop Dame and CJ. This isn't an unusual occurrence. A lot of defenses in the NBA will throw their whole defense at those two. A lot of times, the fate of the Trailblazers relies on whether Dame and CJ can repeatedly make tough shots. This one was a good shot though. In training camp, Hassan Whiteside said he was going to be more of a point center this season and get a triple-double with assists. We've seen that with Jusuf Nurkic last season on the Trailblazers, and that's because when Dame or CJ run a pick and roll and get trapped, the game plan is to dump the ball to the roller, who would be Hassan Whiteside, who is supposed to make a play with a basic 4-on-3 situation, but Whiteside is averaging 0.9 assists a game. They don't have a guy that can set picks, receive a pass at the high elbow, and then make a play from there, whether it's taking that shot, taking the layup, or passing it to a big man down low or a corner shooter. The playmaking doesn't have to be at a high level from that spot like Draymond Green does, but the threat of all those possibilities does need to be there, and Whiteside can't make that mid-range or consistently make a good pass. Myers Leonard could at least make the shot, but he also wasn't the guy to put the ball down on the floor. Jusuf Nurkic did that last season, but he's not here this season. So in comes Carmelo Anthony, who has operated from that spot from his entire career. A 35-year-old Carmelo doesn't need to carry the offense consistently. He can be a third or fourth option that at times will get his own brand of offense to do so. Also, the Trailblazers are not afraid of taking mid-range shots as shown by CJ McCollum. They just want players to take the best shot for them. The Blazers are 5th in the league in percentage of points coming from the mid-range at 12.7% a game. So even though Carmelo did adjust his playing style on the Rockets to fit their game plan, he can take more of his natural shots in an offense that actually wants that. the Blazers really have nothing to lose right now. It's clear that if they keep going at this rate, the Blazers won't even make the playoffs.
Oh, come on, man.
They need someone to shake it up, especially since other teams are willing to just go all out to stop Dame and CJ. Someone in the front court to give a different look besides just an all-guard attack. The Blazers need their offense to get back to what they were last year. Carmelo has the chance to really contribute to a team that is at a low, a team that has playoff potential. I also think that Melo really does help the locker room. CJ and Dame seem to have a solid relationship with Melo. On top of that, Carmelo really has been away from the game for so long. He's hungry to contribute. In my eyes, he's already shown that he's willing to adjust. And to be honest, the current situation of the Blazers and what they need immediately, there might not be a better situation that has popped up for Carmelo. He has a chance to really being meaningful for this team without having to carry a huge load. I'm excited to see him work. It's really been a year since we've seen Melo in action. Wow, I just hope he can perform, man. Things can't get much worse for the Blazers. But what do you think? How will Melo play? Will the Blazers make the playoffs? Drop a like if you want Carmelo back, cause he's back. I've also been streaming a lot more on my second channel, playing a lot of Pokemon. So if you want to debate basketball and chill, watch some Pokemon, it's on my second channel. And if you're still here, you a real one, so comment back so I know. The Instagram shout of the day goes to Blackhearted, and the all-day notification shout goes to Ezra Nirwana. Thanks for the all-day support. Make sure to hit the bell for all the notifications, and if you're not a sub, hit that subscribe button, join the all-day community for more fire content, all-day support. It's your boy MJ. We out.
In my spaceship, no. Okay, just stop in my spaceship.